Okay, back here with Bill
Recording.
DeHart from Big Bone Daddy.
How
Last
you
week
doing?
we were good. Last we were talking about writing the songs and your inspiration at the airport for Rack 'em Up. That was
Oh
re-
yeah.
that was a really cool story. Do you have any more stories like that? That inspirational things?
Huh. Well, the one about I would explain the one about let's go back with Paulie. Uh, one about the hound dog. At the end of the song, "Old Hound Dog," it was just about our pooch at the end of the bed. And one day, Allison was off to work. I was waking up, and he was down there snoozing away. I just started strumming a couple songs, and I sent it off to her as just as a novelty, just a goof. You got to get that on the CD. You got to get this. So slowly worked that one in.
That's
They
cool.
all sort of come to me in the middle of the night. And
Yeah.
what are you doing? Oh, I'm jotting down the thought here. It's
Yeah.
like
I
I
I'm
don't know where they
I'm
come
up till
from.
all hours trying to think of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I wake up with it in my head. If I try to think about it, nothing comes out. But
Yeah.
all my time, that song, I woke up and wrote the whole song out, and like however it took me to jot it down. And that one ended up going to the Grammys in 2017 to the first round.
That's good.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we got lucky on that one. Didn't go any further, but made it to the first,
Hey,
first,
that's
first round.
that's a watermark, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. But that turned out to be a good song.
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
So when you think of lyrically, like obviously your music is hard rocking, but what would you say lyrically your inspiration is? Friends, family.
Life. This album got a lot about Allison on it. The love of my life, and what comes out of your heart comes out of your head. Um, the one song on is collaboration of me and Ray, the harmonica player. Got it, as a matter of fact, with his lyrics to my music. And I don't know where that came from him, but as soon as I heard it, the music was right. I knew what it was going to be like when I heard it. And that's the title track. I wanted something upbeat and positive, so that was one of his. And we got lucky. We got rid of a lot of these, but as soon as they were able to buy stuff online, and people, they were a little cheaper online, but you don't get this. You don't get to open it up and read it and hold it in your hand. It's like I miss all that old album stuff. It was a whole industry that went to the wayside. The artwork, the design, all that stuff. It was so neat when I was a kid growing up, looking at that and wanting to have one. And um,
Some of us are trying to bring that back.
yeah, I got Mike and my friend Joe out in California who did the Got It design. Um, I have him working on an album design also because we want to get some vinyl for when we can start selling it, just for the merch.
Yeah.
Vinyl's kind of coming back for I don't know, like a novelty thing or something, but a lot of people like it. I even got a record player for Christmas from the gang here. So that whole industry was something that should never have died because it was just a cool thing
Yeah.
from um, from all aspects. Something you could hold tangible, something tangible. Like
Yeah.
iTunes, you go there. Oh yeah, yeah, Big Bone Daddy got it. But boom, you get the little bitty picture and you get some songs. You don't get anything to you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same way.
Well, you got a ton of albums there, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
old guy thing, I guess, because kids have no idea.
No.
Since the CDs started happening, which I'm back and forth on what sounds better, CDs or vinyl or whatever. Uh, technically, I think the CDs are probably a fuller spectrum of sound, but the vinyl ha- was its own personality. You know, each the more you listen to it, the more we used to Doobie Brothers. I remember when I was in a band with Oasis years ago. We sit there. If it was my record, I'm the only guy that could move the needle back and
Yeah,
listen to what to
yeah,
play. You know, what did
that,
he say there? And he moves up, he move it back. Anybody else touches it, they screw it up. Then they got to buy your record and buy you a new one or whatever. I
yeah.
remember doing that with them guys. A lot of Doobie Brothers tunes we used to play. Um, but the vinyl's one thing. The CDs are. I think when you want to blast it and have clarity, I think the CDs are better. But the vinyl sounds better when you listen to it in the house on your record player, and there's
I
not a
don't.
lot of.
I'm not sure the younger people today listen to music the way you and I used to listen to music. You sit down, read it, listen, and just that was all you did. You just listened.
Yeah.
And now they're
Mhm.
listening while they're doing other things. And
Yeah, it's like a secondary. Unless you're like a heartthrob that are really into some guy or one young boy band, maybe you listen closer. But a lot of you're playing a video game, you're listening to your music in the background. You're not really paying attention.
right,
And I think the only people that really get into this now are the jazz guys, because you listen to a jazz station, they name who was in the band, how old they were, where they play, where they grew up. For all of them, by the end of the tune, you know everybody that was on that record, and that's the way the old albums were. I'd read everything, engineers, the producers, all that stuff,
yeah, I was just like that.
because you had it in your hand. So.
Yeah, and now my glasses. Without my glasses, I can't see anything. So I can't even
Well,
read
it
CDs anymore.
comes with the territory, man.
Yeah. So one last thing I'm gonna mention is for it always surprised me, Palmerton, and most especially Bowmanstown. There there was a lot of musicians. There's a lot of
Oh
musicians.
yeah, there's a ton of people around here, but um, I don't know. I'm not a local, so I don't really know them. Allison knows more of them than I do. But there's a lot of music going on around here.
Yeah,
And with the COVID thing, everybody and their uncle that had a guitar in their closet is now on the internet, strumming in front of their iPhone for everybody to listen to them. But
yeah,
there's a lot of music up around here, a lot of talent.
yeah. And for people who don't know, Bowmanstown has what 1,500 people in it.
I think last time I heard it was 895. It was
Really?
under 1,000. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Allison will know about all the musicians when
Yeah. Well, she went to high school with a lot of them, and
yeah, and you would never expect that from a small town, but
Down Division. Down Division. That was your band.
oh yeah, we just released some stuff. Yeah,
Cool.
but that's a
I
little
want to hear it.
it's a little bit more punk rock. You can listen to it on Bandcamp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, is there anything else you'd like to add that we haven't talked about? Where where
Well,
where we can get your music? I mean, you can get it at Pi Records, but where can people find out more about your band? Facebook? Do you have your own?
we got a Facebook. We have a Facebook Big Bone Daddy page. We've got a bigbonedaddy.com you can go to on the World Wide Web. Um, uh, all Spotify, Amazon, Google. Everybody's got the music. I mean, we have Google in the house. If you have what's the other one? Hey Google and Amazon. What's that other thing you talk to? That Siri. I mean, Alexa. All them. You ask for Big Bone Daddy, it'll come up. And that's on account of Bongo Boy. I guess
Okay.
he made it available to all that stuff. But we got I got friends in Australia, Singapore, Europe, England, France, um, we're worldwide as far as Brazil. We got a hell of a following in Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. We got a lot of people listening to us down there. I
That's
get emails from all over the place. So if we could make some money, that'd be even more fun. I could quit my job, but
yeah.
but we're out there. It's just the way to turn of the world right now with this COVID stuff. It stopped everybody dead in their tracks. We have guys like you that have their internet radio things. They're the only ones spreading the word right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've been talking to a lot of musicians, and everything's been pushed back at least 6 months for
yeah.
everybody. And
Well,
it's
that's what happened to Music Fest. I think all the big bands pulled out, and that was like their main attraction and money and stuff. Besides the local stuff going on, but they can't survive on that. They needed Willie Nelson was supposed to be there. Poison was supposed to be there this summer. A bunch of all the big bands just squashed their 2020 tours. So, and just everything goes downhill. So, luckily we had the 4th of July thing still. Got my fingers crossed. We signed the contracts, but I don't know what's going to happen with that yet. We lost all our gigs from, back like November and everything. You start booking 6 months ahead, but by the time we got to January, February, everybody canceled everything. So there's nothing going on right now.
yeah, because all the
They don't even
venues-
know what to do about the fall.
Yeah.
I mean, we were supposed to go to Disney World, right? And they canceled all the dining things and stuff at Disney World in November. So it's that far ahead that they're canceling things publicly. So
Yeah.
this is going to be a piss poor year for entertainment. Except for you got something online or you buy I was read something even more depressing the other day from one of the CD people that contacted me. Like 25,000 streams to make $100.
Yeah.
So it's like you're glad you're getting out there and people hear you and stuff like that, but trying to make a living is almost impossible.
Well, I mean, the way to do that is to have, the physical copy.
Yeah.
The merch. Support your
Yep.
fellow
Yep.
musician. Where can they get that badass T-shirt that you have?
Oh, just private message me on Facebook. We'll get one out to you. Bill DeHart on Facebook, and then private message me and with your address, and $20, we'll ship you one out, man.
Awesome.
You know.
Awesome. Well,
And the CD too. I mean, we got rid of a lot of the CDs. I started out with 350, and we got maybe 50 left.
oh,
As
that's
soon as they started selling online, then iTunes and stuff, then that sort of fell off. But
yeah,
that's okay. As long as we're still out there and people are listening, that's a good thing.
good.
It's not supposed to be about the money anyway, but without money you can't survive, So
Well, if you were making money on this, you could make another got it.
yeah, absolutely.
And
So,
that's what we all want.
yeah, well, I'm working on the vinyl right now for a little novelty thing, and my guy's working on a bigger version of this. It's like a vinyl,
Yep.
little bit different, but the same thing, And Mike Carr down at Holland Studios says you master it different for vinyl too. So
Yeah.
he's working on that.
Because vinyl's a little bit warmer, you got to put a little bit more high end on it, I guess.
Yeah, he was, I like knowing that stuff, but it's just something else in my head that there's not enough room left anymore for anything anyway. So he was explaining it. I didn't really understand in the beginning, but I'm sure he'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, Bill, I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate your music. And any friend of Allison is a friend of mine, so I love you. And you hang in there, and when you get that vinyl, send me a message, man. I'll get one.
Absolutely, absolutely. You and Jenny are good people, man. We're good to. I'm glad to know you, and I'm glad we can sit here and do this.
Yeah, man, me too. You be safe, all right?
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
You too.